So, if you're managing a server, you've got all these tools set up to protect it, right? But have you ever stopped to think, what's protecting your protectors? Today, we're going to break down a really simple but absolutely critical script that acts as a watchdog for your server's guardian angel. It solves a problem you might not even realize you have.
Let's think about it like this for a second. Imagine you've hired a security guard to watch your office building. You trust them to be alert, right? But what if they just doze off, silently? Suddenly, your expensive locks, your cameras, they're all kind of useless because the main line of defense is down. Well, that's the exact problem we're talking about, just in the digital world of your server. And for so many of us, that digital security guard is a fantastic tool called Fail2Ban. I mean, it's brilliant. It automatically watches your server's logs, and the second it sees some malicious IP address trying to brute force its way in, it just blocks them. But here's the catch, the really scary part. If Fail2Ban crashes or stops running, maybe from a bad update or just some server hiccup, it often fails silently. You get no warning. You'd have absolutely no idea your front door's wide open.
Okay, so how do we make sure our guard is always awake? We give it a watchdog. And the very first thing this watchdog script needs is basically an emergency contact list. It needs to know who to call when things go wrong. So let's take a look at the configuration variables, the script's address book.
First up for our contact list, instant messaging. You want to know there's a problem right now. This script uses Telegram, which is perfect for this. And it only needs two little pieces of info. There's the TG token, you can think of that as the script's unique key to get into the Telegram system, and the TG chat ID, which is just the specific address of the chat or group where you want that alert to pop up. Simple as that.
But what if your server's internet connection is down? Or what if Telegram itself is having an issue? You need a backup plan. And this is where the script gets really smart, because it builds in redundancy using SMS alerts. It uses a service called Advanta SMS, and yeah, it needs a few more details like an API key, but this is what we call an out-of-band notification. It uses a totally separate channel, the cell network, to make sure that emergency signal gets through no matter what's happening on your server.
And here's what makes this whole thing so incredibly flexible. See that service variable? Right now it says Fail2Ban, but you could change that to monitor literally any critical service you have. Your web server, your database, you name it. The script also puts together this nice, clean message, and it even pulls in the server's hostname automatically. So when that alert comes in, you know exactly which machine is on fire.
All right, so the contact list is set up. Now let's get to the real brain of the operation. This next part, it's just a single line of code, but this is where the script asks its one all-important question.
Now, don't let this code freak you out. It's actually really simple. It's just the script asking the system a very direct question. Systemctl is active. That's just the standard way in Linux to ask, hey, is this service running? The -quiet part just tells it, look, don't give me a big speech, just a yes or a no. And that little exclamation mark at the start, that's the secret sauce. It completely flips the logic. So this line doesn't mean if the service is active, it actually means if the service is not active.
So, when you boil it down, the logic is incredibly simple and elegant. Step 1. The script just asks the system, hey, is Fail2Ban up and running? If the system says no, that condition is met, and boom, we go straight to step 2, sound the alarms. But if the answer is yes, well, then we go to step 3, which is do nothing. It just exits quietly. It's beautiful in its simplicity.
Okay, a problem has been detected. The security guard is officially asleep at the post. Now for the most important part, waking everybody up. Let's look at exactly how this script fires off those emergency signals. The very first thing it does is fire off that Telegram message. It uses a super common tool called curl to send a little web request. And you can see how it just grabs that TG_token and that custom message we set up earlier and bundles them together. It sends them right to the Telegram API. Think of it as Telegram's automated message inbox. And bam, within milliseconds, your phone is buzzing with the alert.
And immediately after, because we love redundancy, it does almost the same thing for the SMS. It uses curl again, but this time it packages all that info, the API key, the recipient number, the message, into a tidy little format called JSON. It's just a standard way to organize data. It zips that package over to the Advanta SMS service, and boom, a text message hits your phone. 2 different channels, 1 critical warning. That's how you guarantee the message gets.
Okay, so we've seen the setup, we've seen the logic, we've seen the action. Let's just zoom out for a second. Why does a tiny, simple script like this matter so much in a real-world professional server environment?
So why is this a game changer? Well, first, it automates a check that no human could ever do reliably, 24/7. Second, it gives you instant alerts on multiple channels, so you just can't miss it. Third, it's so simple you can understand it in 5 minutes, but it's powerful enough to stop a major security disaster. And the big one, the most important one, it completely eliminates the danger of a silent failure, turning a catastrophe you'd never see coming into a problem you can fix in minutes.
And that really brings us to the final thought here. We focused on Fail2Ban today, but this idea, this concept, applies everywhere. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. What is the one service on your server, in your setup, that absolutely positively cannot be allowed to fail silently? Because whatever just popped into your head, that's what needs a watchdog.